Hey, I'm so super tired. Oh, you know what? I realized I'm gonna need my screen. Give me a minute. Because I'm not using my camera, I'm using the recording. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use my phone to look at the comments because I can't see both. Well, I could see both. I just have to be careful in how the chat shows up. If it does show up, I'll have to like split the screen. Yeah. Do I have to do it like this? No, I'm right-handed. Let me do it a different way. This one won't be posted to IG. As far as telling people in live, it's super late. And I am super tired because, you know, I got PTSD. Alright, so I don't need to use my phone. I can look at the chat. Great. Fantastic. Let me just double check to make sure everything is running. Oh, I forgot to put on the music of the rain. There we go. Now we have rain music. Beautiful. Cool. Yeah, I haven't eaten in like 2.5 days or something. Yeah. So, I know I was working on a traditional art piece last live stream. Thing is that I don't have the markers. So I don't want to do anything more to it until then. I will get the markers, but I'm gonna have to wait because I borrowed them, right? If you hear any squeaking in the background, that's just my chair. My chair squeaks. And that's why we're doing digital this time. Alright, so I'm using Quick Paint Studio. I gotta use my keyboard here. I like to have the canvas closer to me. Damn. Sometimes I forget there are some restrictions here as far as the wiring goes, and there's only so much I can pull it forward. Okay, so I'm listening to my music. You guys are listening to rain. There's a band I like. It's called Young Medicine. I don't know why I keep saying Young Blood, but yeah, it's called Young Medicine. I like it. My favorite song by them is called Not Human. It's a really good song. So, normally I do a symmetry art here. And I'm not quite sure what I would do. Maybe we can do an asymmetrical thing. What do you think of that? Could be both. So yes, I am feeling like red. I really like red. But I don't know why, but I just kind of feel like red on digital could never, look as good as red on like traditional. I don't know why. This is a very bright red, and I'm like trying to figure out, do I want this bright red or do I just like it, you know? And maybe I need a deeper red. So I think this is pressure sensitive. Okay, good. I wasn't sure if that setting was on. So let's just get started. You know, that's funny because my last traditional art was also red. I used a lot of red lines. And even though I do love red, I feel like not many colors go with red. So I thought this was going to be less bright red. What the heck? But this still looks pretty bright, and I'm wondering, what did I do? Okay, well that's a little bit lower. What is going on with my fucking stylus? You know, I think I liked it the way it was before. Damn it, no. How about this? Okay, but a little bit lighter though. I like that, yeah. I haven't heard from one of my friends in a while. Hope they're doing okay. I'm not sure if I was okay to stream. I need the stabilization. It's on 0. It should be at 100. I like stabilization. So, where should we start? You know, I actually have no idea. So, maybe we will use the symmetry tool. It kind of helps. Oops. Oop. Oh my god. Let's see if I remember how to use it. Object selection. It's 640 and something else. I forgot. I always had the measurements somewhere. It's 640 and 360. Yeah. Oh, I have to type that in. I don't want to type it in. Yeah, I have to type it in. Give me a minute. Let me see if he'll let me use the keyboard on screen instead of my actual keyboard. 3, 6. Yes, enter. Good. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so we got the ruler layer. Yeah, I prefer vector layers, so I don't like raster layers. So let me just make sure I have what I'm looking for first, right? There you go. What? It won't let me use the paint tool on a raster layer. I mean a vector layer. What is this world? What is this world that I can't put paint on a vector layer? What have we come to? Oh gosh. Fine, fine. I'll play your game. Cool. So maybe yellow, maybe gold, and I feel like we need a lot of detail. We just need to go at it with detail. Like there's so much detail that your brain explodes, right? Like that's the best kind. And you know what? It's not small enough. Sorry. I want to zoom in more. Hell yeah. Look at me. Alright, we got this, we got this. It is so small you can see the pixels. How cute. Let me see what I can do. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Let me try a different style. Of course, this one is probably going to be the most textured. Not much of a difference, yeah. I think the last one is fuzzier. This one's pretty solid. I think I'll go with the second one. I really like going for long walks. My bad. If anyone wants updates on what I've been up to when I'm not streaming, when I'm not making videos, check out my Instagram. Not quite the angle I wanted. Whoa, the computer lagged. Let me just check to see if the stream's running. Give me a second. Alright, everything's looking pretty chipper. It's gonna be okay. We'll see if anyone shows up, because sometimes lately it's really just me by myself streaming. I don't have a schedule. I can't have a schedule. I can't with my sleep. It's so out of sync. Alright, so it might be quiet for a while I draw, okay? So just, I'm not going to keep talking. I expect, just so you know what to expect, okay? This is why I put rain music. I'm like, even if I'm not talking, at least you could get some relaxing from the beautiful sounds of the rain. How's that? And it's royalty free. How convenient. Who am I talking to? I don't really need to answer that, but... If me talking when there's no one here in chat bothers you, I really don't have to justify the existence and use of my voice. Make up your decision. I don't know why you're asking me that. It's so confrontational. It's absolutely not necessary. Weird people in the chat trying to challenge. Very weird way. Bizarre. Forget the erasal tool can't work in symmetry. Hey, Mark. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I don't know who that person is. They just came inside the chat. I don't think I've ever met them before. Please make you a mod. You know, I wonder why you're not a mod. Let me see. Oh, I have to go to my YouTube to do that. Hold on. Hold on. I need to go to YouTube. Add as moderator. Can review and remove chat messages. Okay, you'll be a standard moderator. Man, I'm just so tired. But it's an interesting tired, because I've never really had to endure while conserving energy. Instead, I was always enduring, but like never conserving energy. So, like everything is so slow, but it's really nice. It is very nice. And there's no rush, there's no hurry, and sovereign throughout. Almost looks like a bug. A bug. Hold on. There you go. Trying to get this angle. It's alright, come on, let me try to get the angle again. I think that's a pretty good angle. I think they're pretty much the same. Freehand it, you know. Let me fix this here. Yeah, it is. It is looking pretty nice, huh? This last line needs to be something else. I didn't like that curve. No, did not like that curve. Let me take off this ruler, and then actually this is what I hate. Sometimes like I want to resize things, but it takes it off center. So then that bothers me. I'm like, can I just shrink the layer? I guess not. You know what I really love? I love being sovereign. And I love how there's just no effort needed. Like, things just work out, right? It's so beautiful. You don't need to waste your energy to get things done. It's just when you're sovereign, any energy that's not sovereign ends up leaving. And it's beautiful and it's perfect. Beautiful things happen when you hold your own center and remain intact. I have a funny question for you, Mark. Do you know what a pomelo is? I'm just curious if you know what a pomelo is. No cheating. What's pomelo? I'll move the mic a bit. Sorry, 30-second delay. Yeah, I know there's a 30-second delay. You're okay. No apologies needed. You're okay. See, I like these curves, but I think they're too round. And I only want to give the illusion of curve, but like I don't want to make it super curvy. Yeah, you got it. A pomelo is a fruit. And I was on a walk, and that morning it was super windy. And a pomelo got shooken off of the tree. And I felt so lucky because it landed on the ground, and it was a perfect pomelo. And I was like, oh my God, like I have a free pomelo. And like the past few days before, I was like, man, I wish I could grab one of those pomelos off the tree. You know, I'm like, I would really like one. And then I felt so blessed because I didn't even realize that, oh, it was windy, like that there would be one there on my walk. And then it just didn't catch my mind. And then I was like, oh yeah, that's why there's a pomelo here. Because you know, the wind knocked it off the tree and I was able to grab it, and I was like, hell yeah. And guess what? That day I ate the pomelo and it was really good. It's not inconsequential. It's fascinating. It's fascinating, you know, it's not every day like food falls from the tree and you get to eat it, you know, like you wish for something and then it happens. And I just happened to be walking, you know, and the pomelo was in good condition. It was like in perfect condition. Usually when fruit falls on the ground it gets all gross and bugs on it are rotten, but this was one of those small things in life. And of course when I ate it I was like super freaking hungry, and also very, very tired. And I'm so glad I had something to eat that was low maintenance. It's just you know, my PTSD is evolved. It's weird. And I just don't have appetite anymore. It's like 2.5 days since I eaten. Counting. I just don't have energy to cook, and I just don't have appetite, and I'm just like, you know what? Logically I could eat, but I'm like, you know, I just don't feel like it. But that pomelo was different, because it's like, this was actually something I wanted, and like, you know, felt like I couldn't have, but like, I was able to get it, you know. Pomelos are kind of expensive too, so at least where I'm at, I think. But yeah. The pomelo is like a really big grapefruit. And I think the name is funny. I think pomelo is a funny name. I don't know, it was just a good experience of like feeling like you were blessed by nature, you know? That doesn't happen every day. You go to the grocery store and it's not the same feeling as if like Mother Nature gave me something that I wanted, you know, and I was just there at just the right time. Maybe that's not something people think about, but it was something I felt. I don't think I like that design. I tend to always have something here down the middle here, and I just never know what to fill it up with. I'm just like, maybe we'll just fill it with X's or something. That's just, I'm trying to figure out stripes or X's or something. I'll figure it out. Here, a diamond. Perfect. Obviously it's a pomegranate. Sorry, I can't read crossed with an aloe vera. Really? Oh, you're being sarcastic, yeah. I'm not good at spelling. I really love pomegranate. They're kind of expensive, but I love them, especially the juice. The juice is really good. Nice distraction from all the pain. Sweet fruit. Avocado is your favorite fruit. Actually, I don't know if it's a fruit. I don't know. I mean, when you say it's a fruit, I think you're being sarcastic. When I really think about it, like, it kind of feels like it could be one. I don't know. I mean, I think I know it's a vegetable, right? Let me check. I'm pretty sure it's a vegetable, but like, I kind of could see it as a fruit if I wanted to. Oh my gosh, it is a fruit. Holy shit. Yes, an avocado is botanically a fruit, specifically a large single-seeded berry, because it develops from the flower's ovary and contains a seed. But it's often used culinary like a vegetable in savory dishes. Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably why I would say, like, it kind of feels like a vegetable than a fruit. Oh yeah, but oh my god, avocado is so amazing. I think, I truly wish I was rich enough to eat avocado every day, to have sushi every day, like, that's what I feel like is wealth, avocado and sushi. Like, that's how you know you're wealthy. It's just, man, I just wish the price of avocados didn't get so expensive, like, in the past, like, what, 2-3 years or not more? Yeah, it is technically a fruit. Sushi is one of your favorite as well? Yeah, I only like cooked sushi. I will never ever in my life eat raw sushi. Never. Never, never, ever, ever. Just like I'll never get a tattoo or dye my hair. Just tell your mom to buy them or else she's the bad one. Man, it's just sushi's expensive. Like, I don't blame them. Like, you know, sushi's really good, but it's also really expensive. I was able to make my own at one point. I don't know why, but it doesn't taste as good as when you buy it from the store, but I'm sure there's like better ways to eat it, or to prepare it. But I know the imitation crab that is often used in sushi, like, it kind of spoils really quickly, and I don't know if that's the packaging or if that's how fresh it is or something like that, but that's kind of one of the challenges is if like once you open the package of the imitation crab meat, like you gotta use it, you can't save it. Not really like MK, not really like the fried is better. I do like the fried though, but I have to be careful because it's like fried food can make me feel sick. You know, but it is delicious. But I think I would kind of prefer like not fully fried, but like a bounce, you know. But if I really, 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 really wanted to be indulgent, hell yeah, fried sushi. Oh man. You know, I got me craving sushi now. But I think I was the one who brought it up in the first place, right? I must have. Why? Oh, because we were talking about avocado, yeah. And, it's really good in sushi. Oh my god. Avocado in sushi is like heaven. If it doesn't have sushi, then what does it have, you know? I mean, does it have avocado, then what does it have? My stomach's hungry. My stomach's hungry, but I don't care. I just don't have the energy to deal with it. I don't know, it's just not enough, you know? It's like, it's not enough to push me to eat. I just don't have a fucking energy. That emoji is a very strange looking thing. Looks like a question mark. YouTube's got some interesting emojis. Yes, yes. I always thought they looked a little weird though. That's why I don't use those emojis. A goat. One of these days I need to start making prints of my digital art and traditional art, but I never got around to it. This looks beautiful as hell, right? I love how contained it is. I do need a bigger brush. How was your Christmas, by the way? If you don't mind me asking. I don't know if you celebrate. Pretty sure I'm gonna go for a walk after this. I only like going when the temperature is good, you know? It's no problem. Alright. It was good. That's awesome. You celebrate it? Yeah. And me? My Christmas, I mean, I'm trying to figure out what to say. It was, my family's just not really the way it used to be. So, nothing much really happened. I'm trying to remember. I think maybe, yeah, no, like nothing much happened. I think it was like, for the most part, ordinary day. Like, there wasn't any, like, we didn't have a tree. Like, none of the festivities were, like, done, you know? So it's like, there wasn't really anything to make it special, you know? So it was rather quiet, and I was like still like dealing with my like my PTSD and you know, sleep issues and stuff. So like my sense of time and, you know, holiday just like wasn't there, you know, to signal my subconscious mind it's Christmas and this matters and it's important, and you know, so it just didn't really register all the way like, oh yeah, this is Christmas, right? And even when it did, it was like, well, there's nothing planned, there's nothing going on, there's like, at the end of the day, it's like, well, I still gotta deal with, you know, my responsibilities and what I'm gonna eat, and just like, you know, the best highlight of it was your donation. I was actually in meditation, trying to. It's been good. It was good though, because normally my dysregulated nervous system does not allow me to meditate. But I've been understanding and working on my sovereignty, and that's actually, like, when I really looked back on it, I think that was what my nightmares were from PTSD. It was just like trauma from like lacking sovereignty, and so I would like be in these situations of like fear and like stress. But you know, the nightmares stopped, which is good. And not just like the stressful situation type of nightmares, but like the actual like fear, scary things, you know. Like one time I had nightmares back to back like 3 times. Wake up from that nightmare, go back to bed, and another nightmare, then wake up from that, and then another one. Like, it's crazy. So I realized that when I was learning sovereignty, that my nervous system was traumatized from lacking sovereignty. And sovereignty is actually, no, it is, meditation is actually sovereignty landing in the body. And when sovereignty lands in the body, then you drop into presence, you drop into peace, clarity. And I think I posted some stuff like that on my Instagram. Oh no, like you didn't interrupt anything, it was good. Like, if anything, like I should have put my phone on Do Not Disturb, like that's really not your fault. I just, you know, it happens, it happens. It wasn't really an interruption, but it was a good thing, you know, because it's like, I've never been able to relax, and, you know, like Christmas was just going to be any other day, but that was the highlight. And, you know, it's just, you know, it's just my family's a bit, you know, it's like spilled milk, you know, like you don't cry over spilled milk. You know what I mean? That's how I would describe it. Because I mean, yeah, I mean, I could get into the details of like why everything's wrong and why everything is the way it is, and it's just not worth my time, it's not worth my energy, it's not worth my focus. It's just spilled milk, you know? So it's like, let's not focus on how everything is wrong, but just be present with what is, and it doesn't have to make me suffer or feel bad or grieve or none of that shit. Right? And it's not really a bad place to be. It's just necessity. You know, it's just wanting things to be different just creates longing and grief, and I'm just like, you know what? No. You know, that's not my responsibility. Has nothing to do with me, you know. So my Christmas was pretty much normal, but like as far as the cultural cues, the social cues of the culture of Christmas just weren't really present, except maybe when I went to the grocery store. I really like the way this came out. The problem is that I'm not sure about how I fill up the negative space, because like I really don't want to. These two red lines stick out too much though, so I'm just kind of like, what do I do with that? Maybe I can make thicker lines, but I don't think I want to keep these solid. So that was my Christmas, and like New Year's was pretty much the same thing, and I tried to go outside, but like, you know, my family just didn't do anything, so. And just outside my neighborhood, I can't get too good of a view of the fireworks, but I can see some of them, but it's, you know, it's just not the same when you're with your family. You guys can drive around and you can be in areas where you could like actually get a better view of the fireworks and stuff. It's weird, you know, like the magic of the holidays doesn't really exist when you don't really have the cultural cues in your home, when you don't really have the things that tell you that it's Christmas. You know? So it just feels a little hollow, or it just feels too normal to like be significant. That reminded me of when I first heard the joke. You want to hear a joke? Women's joke writes. Females heard it and didn't like it, but couldn't stop laughing. I'm not sure what I said to make that joke come up to your mind. Women's joke writes. What does that mean? My humor is very dry, so it's actually super dry, like, but it's funny to me, you know. Dry humor, I love dry humor. One time my mind was effed up from health problems and a shaman was talking to us. And I said, feminine is beta. And the shaman was like, there's a woman right there. Made it awkward, huh? The shaman didn't know what to do with that. Just like point out, hey, are you like aware what's around you? I'm not really too big into slang words. Alright, I got a message. Oh. Okay, so I want to get some markers. She was alpha, she didn't get emotional, and she was understanding. Ah, that's nice. Hold on. I need to get something. I need to grab something real quick. Alright, I'm back. I got the markers. I got the markers for traditional art next time. I'm glad she didn't get offended. That would make things even more awkward, huh? Have fun on your walk if you take it, yeah. I don't really occupy joy. I don't really occupy fun. I just have presence. I don't know, it's like sometimes joy can feel really fast. Very consumable, and I just never really experienced I never really experienced fun in the way like I hope or imagine it to be, I guess. It just feels like it's not really possible to have, at least for me, not really possible for me to have fun on my own. Or have joy on my own, but I could have peace and I could have quiet, and it's not quite joy and it's not quite fun, but it feels good, but it's not good in the way of like joy. It feels good in a different way. So it's not really like, oh, I had fun, it's like I was present, you know? It wasn't that I had joy, it was like I was present, right? But it's a weird thing. It's like they're kind of similar. Like my joy is like more zen than it is something that I'm like occupying, right? And it's good because, you know, it's like I don't need to grieve. I don't need to grieve not having fun. I don't need to grieve not having joy. Instead, it's like, you know what? I don't even have energy for that shit. So if I can be present, then, you know, like when my sovereignty comes back online, then, you know, when sovereignty lands in the body and the body feels safe, it feels abundant, just in a different way. And like, if, you know, I'm just like, you know, that's just the way it's gonna have to be. Like, that's just the way it is, right? So I'm not, is it acceptance? Maybe, but there's something interesting about that type of feeling, is that it's not really occupying joy, and it's not really occupying fun, but it's like, it feels like you're more occupying something adjacent to it, similar to it, kind of, but in a different way. But it amplifies perception in a way that it's no longer survival based, categorical based, it's no longer labeling, it just becomes existence, and that's totally enough. And it becomes like the small things in life, you know? So things don't really have to be extraordinary. That the ordinary, you know, is just as, it's just as good, or it's just as fun in a different way than the extraordinary, if that makes sense. Maybe your favorite comedian will help me have fun. I don't think I know her. My humor is very dry, so I don't know. I follow a few comedians on Instagram. What do you mean, who? Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I know what you mean. Oh, that's so funny. I'm just like, how did I just forget? I think one of them is named Brent Pella. His signature, I guess you could say, is like he dresses up as a blue alien with his friend. I forgot his other friend's name, and they just kind of make fun of humans, you know, cosplaying as aliens, right? And I know it's like, it's kind of dry, it's kind of silly, you know. It's like, but I like it. You know, talking about like, oh, humans have like so many different kinds of pants, and all these things at the grocery store, and you know, they're just making funny observations from the perspective of an alien, and it's just silly, you know, about like morning routines that humans have and how they're obsessed with them, and you know, and just all these. Sometimes it's dark humor. It's a little bit dark, but not. But for the most part, it's like very lighthearted. But yeah, Brent Pella, he collaborates with some other comedians. Randy Feltface is another comedian I follow. I haven't seen too much of him. He's like a puppet comedian. He's made me laugh like a couple of times, but those are just more like opportunist, like more like an opportunity rather for me to laugh from these comedians. I don't really look for them or search for them. It's just kind of like, if they're there, it's like because I follow them, but not because I'm seeking anything out from them, you know. And I'm pretty sure they're both on YouTube. Right now I'm just trying to make some of the lines thicker to give more line quality. To give more flow to the art, and I'm not sure how this would look, but you know, when the lines are too much the same size and stuff, it kind of makes it less interesting, so I'm trying to see what I can do. Yeah, Pella's into spiritual. Yeah, he is. He also like slightly makes fun of the mainstream a bit. Which is good. Some spiritual people take themselves too seriously, right? Everything's gonna be okay. I think it's looking pretty good. I don't know if I want the outline to be a thicker line, but that might help. I've just been drinking water. I don't even want to eat. You would start with a compilation of Theo Von. Is he on IG? I don't know, I'm kind of picky with my humor, but I might check him out. Probs. Okay. His stand-up isn't that great, is why. The things he says when talking to others, though, is better. Oh. Alright. That's probably why you would suggest the compilation. Yes, that makes sense. You know, I really wish psychedelics weren't illegal. I think I would have a lot of fun. Except not when I'm in this state now. If I have PTSD and I try to get high like that, I'll probably get sick. I thought it's so funny. It's kind of like, people are like, oh yeah, you know, these psychoactive drugs are like really help you if you're PTSD. But I'm like, if your body like is like so stressed out that it can't trust being relaxed, I don't think it's actually gonna help. Like, I guess maybe I'm just different, but I'm like, why am I being told this is like helpful when like I'm just thinking about it logically? Like, if your body just doesn't feel safe to relax, or it's not going to want the effects of the drugs to affect it. It's going to rebel against it. I'm not even talking about like an ego thing. I'm just like, the body's just like says fuck this. No, we're not doing that. Right? So I'm just like, I'm wondering like, where does that come from? And like, is that even like a real legit claim? But I guess everyone's PTSD is different. What do you think? You did Uber, and a guy gave you LSD, and you give it to the shaman I was talking about earlier. Oh, that's cool. Did he just like randomly give it to you? Just like, you can have this. I never met a shaman. Supposedly I had like 8 or 9 past lives as a shaman. Kind of makes sense, but I don't know. I think it has yet to unfold. I mean, it just makes sense. Like, I mean, astrologically, that I would have those past lives. Not much difference between a dream and LSD trips. Really? I don't know if I would like that. You know, I hate how vivid my dreams are. I hate it. Oh my god. It's like, it feels like I have a second life. For real, for real. And then like my brain gets confused and it thinks like they're actual memories. But not that I act like they are, but like I get nostalgia or these like weird like memories that don't make sense. And I'm like, wait, if I really think about it, this never actually happened. I'm like, this must have been a dream. And I was like, oh shit. And it's like, why am I having flashbacks of dreams from things that happened in real life? Like something will just remind me of like, and sometimes it's just random. Like I could be stringing beads for jewelry, and then I just remember randomly my dream where I was in a yogurt shop. Like totally unrelated, and I'm like, what? Like this didn't happen, but why does it feel like it happened? And I'm like, but like, no, logically this doesn't make sense. This memory is just not possible. Very interesting. Oh yeah, the art looks pretty cool, right? Yeah, it's really cool. It is awesome. I'm still working on it, trying to see what I can do. My mom got a shaman to bless our house, and they said, drink this, and little did I know it had shrooms in it. You just drink this and don't ask questions. Was there something going on with your house? Your great-grand was a shaman. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's try a different layer. She likes to cleanse the energy of it all the time. Likes to be neat. Yeah. I keep hitting my microphone on accident. Sorry about that. If you heard that tap on the screen. The black doesn't show up that well because there's too much black. Try a 7. I need more positive space. Or the eyes need to be bigger. Most likely. The shaman that gave me shrooms also gave it to your autistic little bro. Oh no. Was he alright? I hope so. But that's interesting though. It's like you get to try it without knowing what you're getting into. The eyes, the pupils, yeah, they get bigger. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hold on. He was fine. I assume everything got away. Got all wavy and started breathing in and out at him. Started breathing in and out at him like me. Oh. Yeah, I guess he was able to handle it. It wasn't too crazy. That's good. That's good. I need a smaller brush. I need more attention to detail here. How long have I been streaming? An hour? 30? Nice. I have similar gifts from my grandmother. She would exhaust herself in channel spirits to tell how to heal people. That's cool. That's one way. When you're exhausted, the ego and the body kind Kind of gets out of the way. Yeah, it is looking great. It's too high. Maybe I might need to use the spray paint. I think so. There's not enough division. Where is the spray paint bullshit? Here it is. What's the opacity here? I guess it's fine, just a little bit dark, but this is at a 200. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. I'm okay. Oh, that's a good point. Maybe instead of a solid line, an implied line would be good too. Your name sounds like Astral in real life. I gotta get tired, then hyperventilate, then go to sleep, then I lucid, then astral projection. That's interesting. I don't think my body would let me do that. Because it is possible. I mean, it's just, I just gotta be realistic with myself. Just myself. Other people can do cool stuff, but yeah. Have you ever? I don't think I have, for real. And if I have, I probably don't remember it. And if I had, it was probably when I was a kid. It sounds awesome, but I don't think I could. I don't think I could do that even with practice. I'm just too tired, you know. Where the heck? I'm trying to take care of something, but it's on a completely different layer, and I'm like, huh? Shit! I forgot to put the ruler. Oh, yeah, everyone calls me Adam, but you can call me whatever's. Yeah. Adam. I just call you Mark. Is that your preferred name, or you don't have a preferred name? Dreams are pretty much astral projection. That is true. That is true. Your preferred name is actually Jamarca. Sure. Is that significant in any way? Oh, you're being sarcastic. You know, I was suspecting you were. Have I heard of Marcus Aurelius? Sounds familiar. Was he like some kind of philosopher or something? Last good emperor of Rome. Oh. I didn't know emperors could be good. It take a lot of humility to be an emperor, to be a good one. His name after that is Antonius. Ah. Marcus Aurelius Antonius? His names are kind of like yours. Maybe I'm not catching it. Can you explain? There's gotta be some leaves here or something. At the Emperor comment? Oh. Oh, yeah. Mark A.T. Antonius, right? I assume. We may or may not have the same birthday as him. There's just no room to put anything else in the background. You may or not have invented the notion of the atom. Interesting. I wouldn't know any different. Yeah, I don't know much about the Emperor of Rome. I wonder who that was in a former life. Where's the red? I need the red. No, I don't want the spray paint tool. I need the solid pen. Yeah. 8 or 9 lines as a shaman is super neat too. Never heard of that many. Yeah. I know. Someone channeled that for me, but I have yet to confirm. But as far as synchronicities are concerned, it does seem at least possible that I was a shaman, but not necessarily that I've been that many times. But I mean, who knows? Kind of makes sense given my astrological placements and life path and everything else. But you know, I don't really have much energy to explore these things, because like my nervous system's too fucked up. I haven't really been able to dabble in the spiritual things, even though I really want to. It's just my nervous system just simply will not allow me to. Just that simple, you know? This is too small. Freaking deacon seeking get better. That made me laugh. I think it's done. Or almost done. Almost done, if not done. I need a smaller pen here, like a 10. That's still too big. 5? Sure, a 5 would work, kind of. No. I need to zoom in. Reminds me of a chicken reptilian dino. Apparently they're closely related ancestrally. Yeah, they are. You know, no one really knows what dinosaurs look like. But the T-Rex could have been the Tyrannosaurus chicken, you know? And maybe those little, like, short T-Rex arms were just, like, very small wings. You know? That's kind of funny to think about, right? You've heard that theory, yeah. Alright, so this colored in, that should have been colored in, don't know why. Your hand's gonna be like nips. You're funny. Yeah, like useless arms. They're just there for no reason. And you fix up the line work here. Why I keep drawing the direction wrong. There you go, that's better. All these tiny, tiny, tiny details. Other things, I've heard theories like T-Rex communicate telepathically and they couldn't catch any prey to eat without being super intelligent and working together because they were so easily visible. That makes sense, actually. That'd be interesting. Everything's a mystery. Telepathic T-Rexes. Whoa, what a concept. I love that. I love that. And because of how they were built, they would easily defend against from other dinosaurs during that time. Yeah. I don't know why. I still remember this. I have to have heard this from when I was a little kid. Yeah. I need less density. Try 29 density. There, I see it. 64, try that. Ah. Trying to see what I can do here. That makes it interesting when you add all those stripes. I don't know, it's just an interesting idea. Let me take it off. It divides up the space pretty well, but you can't really see what's going on. It's kind of like a phantom. It's alright. I think it's okay the way it is. Thank you, Abstract Beauty After Dark. Is this your first time on my channel? I think it's done. Oh no, I'm thinking. Is it done? Is it not done? Maybe I still got stuff I want to do. I really love cats, you know? Abstract, you just got a new sub. Oh, cool. Welcome to the chat. Wow, really detailed. Yeah, it's a lot of detail. It's been a while since they've done an art stream this long. Or at least digital art, though, I think. 2 hours so far? Yeah. I really gotta zoom in here. No, this is too big. It's only 6. Tried point, just try 2. 2, I don't know. 4? Let me try 4. 4 works. What's the last song I listened to? Well, I'm actually listening to music right now. It's from a video game. Was it Sonic? Was it a Sonic Adventure 2? I think. It's called Live and Learn by Crush 40. I really like the message of the song. So that's the song I'm listening to, which is technically the last song I listened to. I have a playlist. Oh, I lost my groove. I need to find my groove again. Damn it. It's alright. Let me start off from here then. There you go. I don't know if you heard that song, but you might have heard that song. If you played Sonic at all. I like this song. It's a good song. It's rock. I'm pretty sure it's rock. I think rock was like pretty popular like in the 90s. If I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's rock though. Added to the playlist, not played Sonic very much. Yeah, me either. I did when I was young, but as I grew older, my priorities shifted because I was overworking myself and, you know. Plus, it's just life, you know, but honestly, it's really good. Maybe it's a nostalgia type of thing, but I really don't remember too much. And I kind of angry. Because I played Pokemon, but like, I don't remember. Like, I know I played the games, but I don't remember playing the games, if that makes sense. And that makes me so mad. I'm like, what? It's like, I only have memories of like Pokemon Pearl. And that's it. Like, even though I played the other ones, and I'm just like, I really don't remember. And it kind of makes me angry. I'm like, you know, this is something I really enjoyed, and now I don't remember any of it. I'm like, are you kidding me? There you go. I think now this is done. I think. Let me see if there's anything else I want to do. You know what I really like? I like it brisk raspberry tea. I think that might be my new addiction. Like, for real, might be my new addiction. Hello, maybe play it again and it will be like experiencing. Exactly. That's what it feels like. It feels like for the first time. But I'm still kind of mad. I'm still kind of mad. I don't know why. It's like I get to experience it for the first time, but like why does that make me mad? I don't know. It just does. I don't know. Like, why am I angry? Like, I don't need to be angry, but like, I don't know. It almost feels like something was taken away, you know? Like, why can't I remember this? Like, this is mine. You know? I deserve to remember good things, right? Maybe that's why. Raspberry keeps getting more and more popular drinks for some reason. I love raspberry. Because it's kind of sour, and I really like sour. It's not really sour, but you know, it kind of has that tangy sourness. I don't mean tangy like citrus. It's more like, it's like a zing. It's sharp. That's a very interesting taste. Like when I get mad at minorities, even though you are one. Sarcasm. I understand. A band that I've also been liking lately is Young Medicine. I really love their music. For no real reason, of course, I know. Jokes landing without real cause, yeah. Just saying stuff. I keep saying that it's done, but I always find there's something else I want to do to it. What do you think? You think it looks good? You think it looks ready? You think it looks done? It looks interesting, that's for sure. Young Medicine, only 13,000 subs. How did I discover them? Instagram. I got an ad on their Instagram. Oh man, their music is so good. And I'm kind of glad I was able to find a group other than Stain the Canvas and Get Scared. These guys have a completely different vibe than those other bands like Stain the Canvas or Get Scared, but I really like their music. You know, so I just was like, wow, this is actually interesting. I love Young Medicine. My favorite song of theirs is Not Human. I like that song. Looks good to you? Yeah, looks good to me too. Okay, this dark is a little bit too dark. You know, Sonic has actually been a really important synchronicity to me. And it wasn't until like more recently that I figured out why. But I kind of feel like the things that we grew up with, when we look at them in a different way, they actually have a pretty good spiritual message to them. Yeah. Alright, I think it's done. It looks pretty good. I mean, it looks pretty good. I think the background stands out a little bit too much though, so. Where do I put the background? Okay, let me put the background on a lower level. Because it's kind of competing with the front. Where's the other? Oh, I didn't realize I put them there too. That's going to be harder to do. Explain Sonic, please. Well, I didn't realize how much like in the new movies, the new Sonic movies, there's actually a big theme of grief. And that's one. Second thing is, you know, Shadow the Hedgehog has what I would describe like an astrological 12th house and first house wound having to do with identity. And he also carries like an existential grief with him too. And it's more like having to do with, I guess, the origins of the characters, you know? And I'm not saying that I know deeply about the lore of the characters, but I found it interesting from like these feelings of like isolation, loneliness, grief, identity, you know, like who am I, and the anger and like all these different emotions, and just the way that they found healing in friendship, where like Shadow found like pain and suffering, poor thing. And I was like, you know, damn, like I kind of relate, because I also have existential grief. and all these other feelings of like growing up, like loneliness, isolation, and longing and whatever. And I think this is more played out in like the more recent Sonic movies. And it was just a beautiful message about healing grief. But that was just like the surface level of it. Like as I'm actually experiencing my own life and trying to heal my own grief and the story of my life and the pain of that. That was me learning to be sovereign, because yeah, I mean, I did have some support here and there, but I think you know, like the PTSD and everything is kind of like, you know, I kind of relate a little bit to Shadow the Hedgehog. How much do I know about astrology? Don't know much. What I could do is I could look into tarot. I do have some astrological tarot. But if you do, like, I'm actually thinking about, what's it called? I'm actually thinking about buying a tarot reading from El Goliath Tarot. I think that's his YouTube name, or artist El Goliath. He's really good at astrology, and he made a tarot deck that I bought, and it's so beautiful. It's like the best tarot deck I've ever gotten, and the information in it, it's like this guy took 3 years to make the art and everything, and it was just so perfect. And I kind of want to get a reading from him, an astrology reading from him. But other than that, no, I don't know too much about astrology. But what I can do with tarot is, like, I can actually see a person's chart without their information, but only limited. My divination isn't that detailed, but I could actually see a person's chart without that. And if I did have the chart, I guess the tarot could just, like, help, like, interpret further or deeper. I don't know. But, you know, tarot has astrological correspondences within it. The symbolism and everything else has astrological correspondences to it, which makes it very helpful. That's why we have, you know, astrological, you know, oracle cards, divination cards, is because all of these things are aligned with numerology, gematria, tree of life, things like that. Archetypes, shadow archetypes, whatever, masculine and feminine archetypes, like all these, it's all multi-layered. But, like, I just don't really see, like, what would the point of that be, you know, like, because, like, just might as well just get to know your astrology. Like, I think what I could do is, like, if someone doesn't know their chart and they want me, and they still kind of want to know their astrology, like, if they don't know the time they were born, or, for example, what I could do is I could see with the tarot, like, where their planet placements are, where their houses are, and, like, the relationship to how those things play out. I could see, like, their Cryon, their South Node, their North Node, like, you know, just, like, things like that. But I don't know how detailed I can get, and I haven't really had the need for it, because, like, unless someone wanted to, like, you know, if someone didn't know their astrology details and they wanted to know, I could probably help them. You know, because I can do it without time and date, and I could still see a person's chart. But other than that, that's the only thing I could really offer astrologically. You know, I have a few. I think like I think like only 2 astrology oracles. There's not that many good ones out there. But yeah, no, I don't think I have a service for astrology unless, like, you didn't know, like, the details of your birth time and date, etc. That's the only way I could, like, ever really be of help astrologically. That's pretty much it. I don't know how to read a chart. My friend Hugo does, and he'll probably do it for you. He's on IG. He's actually one of my friends here on YouTube too. You know, I mean, you could ask him. He's done mine too. I think he's done mine for like health at one point. What was I gonna say? Yeah, but yeah, but I am looking forward to an astrological reading from El Goliath. I think he's having a sale right now. I think it's like normally $90 for his readings, but no, I don't really know too much about astrology. If I do, it's because like I look it up. I look it up online, or I have some oracle cards that kind of give me a little bit of information about it, and that's how I learn, but I'm not really like in it, if that makes sense. But I do know if there's anything I wanted to learn, anything I wanted to, I could do that, but energy wise, I don't have it. I don't have the energy to dive into that. But like I said, the only thing I could do is like, I could see the chart of people who want to know their astrology, but don't have their details of their birth. That's the only thing I could do. And I guess I could expand that more, but my divination techniques would have to like get more. I probably might need to use. I need to come up with something there with that, because like I can't look at degrees. I can't see degrees. I could look at aspects between like a planet and a sign, but that's very detailed, and also like I don't know how, like I couldn't really tell if there's a stellium in a house. I wouldn't be able to tell. I would have to ask individually each house and see if it is. So there's just like an astrological stellium is like when there's like, I think like maybe 4 planets or something like that in a single house. And I have a astrological stellium in my 12th house, which is also my cryon wound, which is what I was talking about earlier with like Shadow the Hedgehog and identity and grief and stuff. Like my astrological placements in there are kind of like, wow, you know. And like if Shadow the Hedgehog had an astrology, he would definitely have his wound in like his cryon, the wounded healer, probably be in the 12th house. And the way it would affect him is in the 1st house, for sure. But anyway, I know we kind of deviated from Sonic, but and I was just kind of looking back on like the music and like the games and the characters, and I was like, oh my god, like I kind of relate to this. And like the big themes of grief is like, that's been a big theme in my life. It's, you know, all these things like my ontological identity, like who am I and how do I fit in and where do I belong, and the grief of not fitting in, or just all these other things, right? And all of that stuff was just adding. It was adding to my PTSD. It was adding to my stress. It was adding to the what's it called? The difficulty of the life I lived. The story of my life was actually more painful than the PTSD I have, if that makes sense, right? And I found a way to overcome it. But I'm a lot different because I'm more magic oriented, more mystical, and the characters in Sonic the Hedgehog, well, they just have friends. They just have friends, you know. They figure it out. They have friendship. They grow, and like that's not really something I grew up with. So like my nervous system didn't have like safe people, you know, or people who could support me. So instead, I became what I am, which is like. meaning-oriented nervous system, magic, symbolic, spirituality, things like this that could give my my inner world a structure and safety. And you know, I mean, I've already made lots of lots of posts on Instagram that kind of either talk about Sonic the Hedgehog directly, or kind of allude to it, or just in general, just like, wow, like there's actually like a mirror here that I just didn't see before, because I didn't grow up realizing like I guess the totality of like how I related to myself. Because when I'm very young, it's just like, I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know why things are like this. And it's like, but it's not until like after, you know, well, after I awakened, that I was kind of like, oh, I actually, you know, feel things this type of way. I know the details, like my time and birth. Maybe you can test your skills to see if you can get it right. I'll also donate. We could see. If you want me to see if I can get it right, sure. And here's the thing that I'm kind of curious about that, because that is a good idea. The thing is that it does take a lot of time. It does take a lot of time. Like, for real. It takes a lot of time because like because I already know what to do, or like how to set it up, right? Because like I have to ask questions, and I have to have a 12-card tarot spread. Then I have to like, and that's the thing. It's like, you know, it's just I need a lot of room. Like, and I usually use my bed because sometimes. Because the way I need to shuffle them, like I really, really need to shuffle all the cards and all the astrological houses and everything. It's like I gotta separate the houses from the symbols. I gotta put the symbols in placement holders for the tarot spread, and then I gotta like ask the question like 12 times, the same question 12 times for each of the houses, and then you know, it's just, it takes a lot to like do a whole chart with only tarot. Takes a lot of time, and then I have to write all the information down, and then I put actual tarot over it, so that way I can see the relationship of this placement and things like it could go really deep, you know, but like it's not hard, it's not challenging, it's just a lot of energy to like focus, and it's like a big tarot read that's requiring a lot of specificity, and a lot of detail. That's like, it is possible, and I've done it before, but like, you know. Another thing that's interesting though is like when I think about this is because tarot is very symbolic, right? So when I think about like, could it actually be right if it was put to the test to an actual chart of a person? I think the tarot kind of has a sense of humor, to be fair, and also, like, the questions kind of matter, but it just depends, because when we're looking with tarot symbolically, it could be multifaceted meanings, and this is why typically we would add clarifiers. But by the time like I'm like getting all that information to add clarifiers to like the reading already is like already a lot. So like, that's what I'm saying. It's like I can give like surface level ideas and directions. It's surface level, but it's a lot of work because there's 12 houses, and then there's all these planets, and then you know, and then there's a relationship to how it plays out, and then you know, there's just you know, and I you know, part of me is like, does it really matter if it gets the astrological placements right? Does it really matter if it gets the astrological houses right, or the whatever, right? Because what matters is like, does the interpretation of the reading still give the same result regardless if it's correct, you know? So like, you know, maybe like for me, like I have a whole chart, right? But if I were to do like an oracle card reading, and I did just pull one card, and I asked the tarot, the oracle, astrological oracle, okay, what, you know, what astrological placement best represents me or something, right? And then I'll get one card, and that even though that's just one card, it's not my whole chart, but the meaning of that card could actually like be impactful to me overall, if that makes sense, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's like, does it necessarily matter if it's in the right house and the right planets and all these things, but rather like is the effect the same, right? Like, is it still pretty much like the same idea as what I'm getting at? Because like it's not really wrong if the interpretation is right, correct? Like, it's kind of funny, right? But like hypothetically, you know, the goal and the aim is to obviously have the right placements, but you know, the way how tarot works and the way the interpretations can happen, you know, when we look at right or wrong, it's like, is it right or wrong, you know, because like we didn't go deep enough? Is it right or wrong because we didn't do enough clarity? Is it right or wrong because like I didn't focus my intention enough? Or is it because we don't have the full picture yet, right? Or to like look at the full picture with tarot would require more work. But this is what I'm saying. It's like, yes, it's a lot of work to look at it through the surface. But if you really want to get super ultra duper specific, it would take a lot more work than surface level interpretation, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't want to call it surface level. It's just like, because it is surface level, but it could go deeper. But even at surface level, it's still a lot of work. Like, it's just still a lot of work in general to do that. So I'm just kind of like, okay, well, but like, this is what I'm saying. It's like, regardless, like, you know, I know like I'm pretty good with my tarot gift and like astrological placements and houses and the archetypes that they carry are still, it's still a universal applicator to our consciousness, right? So I'm just like, you know, I'm just thinking, you know, when we look at an astrological chart versus when we look at I guess it's less of something that's more like solid and ultra specific. Instead, it's more like it could be, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if it all synchronistically lines up. But this is what I'm saying. It's like there's actually like a chart has so much detail to it. So it's like, to what extent do we need to see how right or how wrong it is? To what extent do we need to like get so specific, right? Because you know, it is accurate, but that's the funny thing. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of like when I'm imagining like, what would this be like? What would this look like? How could it look like? How would it be like? How does the tarot function? What, you know, does the interpretation, you know, is it still correct even if the cards, like, even if the cards aren't necessarily what the expected outcome is, but the interpretation is still the same, if that makes sense. You know, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, like, is it worth it to be right in every way, shape, or form, and go deep and be right in every way, shape, or form that possible? Or is it right to just get the information that is technically like the baseline, it's just correct? You know, it still works as an interpretation. It still resonates. It's still applicable information. It's still true, if that makes sense, right? I mean, like, what's the whole point, you know, of like, what's the whole point of like trying to be ultra super specific with tarot when you could just be ultra super specific with your astrological chart based on your time and date? Like, that's just the better way to do it if you wanted to get that deep. That's what I'm saying. Like, but yeah, no, it does take a lot. That's why I don't typically do that. But I know it's possible, and hypothetically it can work. And I just haven't put a lot of time into, like, you know, getting deeper than that, right? I would probably need some like dice or some shit, like, and a little bit of assumptions, because like, you know, because then we're gonna get specific to like how many planets in this house. Does this house have a stellium? Like how many aspects are in this whatever astrological sign, right? Like as far as like how many, like the question of how many is something that's going to take more effort than like what I can do, like that I know what to do with it, that I have practice with, right? That's what I'm saying. It's like maybe dice, but I haven't done anything with dice. As far as divination goes, I don't know how dice divination works. I mean, there's different kinds and forms of it. You know, there's the I Ching, which I'm not familiar with or don't have any details with, but there's many different ways and collaborations of divination to kind of get more like actually specific things versus just looking at the archetypal correspondences that, you know, either are entirely correct right off the bat, or the interpretation of the correspondences are correct at the bottom line. All right. Well, I think that's all. Don't know if you're still here. But yeah, yeah, I know, I just kind of went off on a tangent. But yeah, so I'm going to post this on Instagram when it's done. I mean, it's already done, I just have to export it. I mean, like hypothetically I could, but also hypothetically I don't have the energy to do it that detailed or that much. I could probably like ask the cards like, okay, like what sign is like your first house in, and then I'll probably get an answer, and then that could probably see like, oh, is that actually what's in your chart or not? And I would just do like just maybe one, you know, just maybe one, you know, but like I'm not gonna do like all 12 of your houses to see what sign they're in, because that's just too much. Like, okay, you know, yeah. So, well, that's what I mean. It's like if we really wanted to see like, is it correct? It's like, do we really want to know? You know, like, is it really that necessary? It's more like, yes, it could be a test, you know, but it's like, does it really need to be tested? That's what I'm saying. Like, I kind of don't really feel motivated by that challenge inherently, you know. If I really think about it, it's not really a bad idea. It's not really, you know, I'm not really threatened by it. It's just kind of like it's kind of like, what would either you or I get out of it, other than like, oh, the cards were just, you know, right, which I already know, like my tarot gift already works. So it's like, okay, so so it's kind of like, all right. And you know, I'm not really too focused on my services right now. I kind of want to, because like extra money would be good, but like I really have to be careful of my my energy time and my energy levels and stuff. And like for the most part, I've been using my gifts for myself, because I really need it for surviving and navigating, you know, my shadows and my lessons I need to learn, and like what's going on and stuff. It's kind of rare. It's kind of rare I get any kind of, you could call it commission for any of my services, whether it's tarot or whatever. And it's fine. Like, I'm not complaining. Like, I really don't have much energy to do that. And even if I did, preferably something that's not too demanding of my energy, I could do. But even then, like, there's just not a lot of, like, you could say, like, I'm not really getting hired. But like I said, not complaining. that's just the way it is. So yeah, I think that's everything. I think we're done with the art. If you have anything else you want to say before I close the stream, I'll wait for your response. Or you could just message me on Instagram or something. You understand? Yeah. Man, I really want some raspberry tea. If you ever tried Dubai chocolate, I highly recommend it. It's really delicious. Have a good walk if you do. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I guess I'll talk to you later, or another time. I don't know when I'll stream. It's been wild. I finally got a good amount of sleep this time, but not without any vivid as fuck dreams, and I hate that. It's weird. No, I really don't have a lot of energy. Like, I literally haven't eaten in 2 days, bro. Like, and you know, there's like parts of me that are just like very curious. I'm like, what if I could, like, what if I did, or, you know, what if I did put more effort in my store, or put more effort in like selling stuff, and then a part of me is like, well, that seems like a lot of work, and I just don't have any masculine energy left to like get shit done. So it's just a very weird balance between like what I'm capable of, what I can do, like what I want to do, and like what I have energy for. And it's just, it varies day by day. And like I just always have to prioritize myself. So like I really have to think about where is my energy going and how can I conserve my energy as much as possible. And biggest thing is remaining sovereign in this whole thing, because sovereignty is actually giving me a lot of peace, and it's helped heal my heart in a way. But other than that, as far as like where like my masculine energy can like create movement for myself, I'm really not looking towards that. I don't have much energy for that. So for me, it's more internal, it's more feminine, it's more present, it's more sovereign, it's more perception, it's more reflective and stuff. Yeah, I'll post this on Instagram probably right now. I'll export it and I'll put this to Instagram so that way everyone can see it. Alright, well, thanks for your donation in December, and thanks for being here, and thanks for listening. Anyways, I'm gonna exit the stream. I'll see y'all later, whenever that time is. I'll probably be doing art. Maybe I'll do traditional art, because I got the markers now. Alright, bye. Where is the button?